is not an option. It's hard living. Life is hard. See, it's hard when you are 49 years old, been working on a job for 17 years, and they come in and tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay. You got to start all over again. It's hard when you are married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. When you're working on something and you put everything you have in it, and it doesn't work, you must have faith. After you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, your company, your ideas, unquestionably.
The key with me is just always finding what the anchor is. And the anchor is getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day before anybody else, and grounding my thought process is in the no one will outwork me.
When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, if you live each day as if it was your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. And since then, for the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
Applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. I went for a police, they said, no, you're not good. I went to even the KFC. When KFC came to China, come to my state, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy.
Many more ways to fail than to succeed. I mean, particularly like for a rocket, there's like 1,000 ways to think and fail and like one way it can work. If you try hard and it doesn't work out, that's okay. Like you can learn from that and do another company, and it's not a big deal.
J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. Even Beyoncé had to make hundreds of songs to get Halo. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail.
You want to change the world? Start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. So if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed.
I was born with almost 40 fractures. You name it, I broke it. I'm 15 years old, and I have osteogenesis imperfecta, a rare, incurable genetic disorder that makes my bones fragile. And hey, I know I can't do things the same way as everyone else. I mean, my parents have to lift me in and out of bed every day, or when I go up the stairs at my friends' houses. But I just had to find what works for me, and find how I can shine my light, what helps me cope. And for me, that was none other than music. And not only has singing, songwriting, and rapping helps me cope with my bad days, but it lets me share my feelings with everyone who might resonate with my story. In fact, when I started putting some of my covers up on YouTube, people from all over the world would send me messages.
A buddy of mine calls me the other day and says he's having trouble running past 8 miles. this is a guy who can run 30 miles any time of the day. So I tell him to come out to my house and we'll get some runs in. So he comes out, he goes, man, I'm telling you, I can't run past 8 miles. But I realize in his life, he's added a new kid, more responsibilities at work, all this stuff. He's not thinking about this, I am. So I take him out for a run. We get 30 minutes into it. How far are we going, Goggins? I ain't tell him. Get an hour into it, I ain't tell him. Hour and a half into it, didn't tell him. So soon he shuts up. We run 3 hours. The guy does fine. Next day we go out there, he's able to run 20 miles again. So this is what happened to him. His circuit breaker blew. Our minds are very similar to circuit breakers. When they blow, you gotta figure out what it is. Sometimes you just add it too much to your fucking point. Go back in your mind and figure it out. Stay hard.
Have you changed your lifestyle? You don't look like you're buying really expensive clothes.
No, I'm not buying really expensive clothes.
Are you buying things? Are you buying things that you would
No, I have a little like 1-bedroom apartment with a mattress on the floor. That's where I live.
Why are you only doing one thing? Why don't you do shit? Because you're fucking scared. Every person here that's not 100% happy, including myself, is not doing something because of judgment of somebody else.
But somewhere in their life, there was a point where they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. A lot of people take the easy route. And they had a good life that way, but the better life was going to the right side. And you may have 20 years of pain and suffering to get past it, but a lot of us die never truly starting our journey. You gotta start your journey. It may suck, but it will.
Big conversation leading up to school starting. She was nervous because she was thinking about what kids would say when she got to school.
Of course.
Oh, you do TikTok? Like, even though she had a lot of followers, that was a concern. But then she started actually getting like opportunities and making money, so then it was okay.
But the funny thing is, they all post on TikTok too. It's just now that I have a following behind me, they're like, oh, well, that's cringy. She like actually tries. Like, no, all of you guys.
Go to the board and work this problem out for me. I said, sir, I can't do that. He said, why not? I said, I'm not one of your students. He said, do it anyhow. And the other kids started laughing, saying, he's Leslie, he's DT. And he said, what's DT? His brother is smart, but he's the dumb twin. And I said, I am, sir. And he came from behind his desk and he pointed at me, he said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your